kid, especially a son.
As a lesbian couple?
With two moms. Because you know, like some people automatically think like he needs a dad. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Or the fact
Like,
that
how is he gonna be manly without a dad?
Yeah.
Has anyone said that to you yet?
Nobody said it to me yet, but I feel like they think it.
Yeah.
Especially because I work in a barbershop
Yeah.
and I deal with men on a daily basis. I can feel that from them.
Or what they call they insist on calling the donor.
The dad.
Yeah.
So what happened with your situation?
Oh, my coworker, she consistently, she said like, oh, the dad. I was like, no, we have a donor. And she was like, but what about the dad? I was like, it doesn't have a dad. Well, then how did you make a baby? Well, we got a donor, we used the sperm, and we had a baby, just like a regular couple would do. She's like, yeah, but it's the dad. I'm like, no, it's not the dad. It's the donor. A dad is the one who's in their life constantly. I said, a donor is just one who hears the sperm and I'm gone. I was like, there's lots of those. I was like, but, so we have a donor. And she kept insisting. I'm like, no, like I just had to step away. I'm like, nope, I'm gonna really get mad right now. So let me just.
They don't get it.
So how do we educate people?
By doing this show.
Yeah.
By doing this show and using this platform to show people that it's just two women trying to
Have a family.
Live life.
live
just
the
like anyone else
American
does.
dream, the dream that everybody has as a little kid, where you're like, I want a baby and I want a family. Like, this is what we want. Just because we're two women, it shouldn't stop us. You know, yeah, we gotta pay a little bit more, but you know.
Well, how did you guys feel when you were having a boy? Did it like make you feel any type of way? Like, oh, I have to raise a boy and the stigmatisms that come with that and
Well,
stuff like that?
I didn't feel any kind of way, but I did feel later on like, what if he sees us and he's like, ugh, like my mom's, like two moms, like why'd you have to do that? When they go through that, you know, like rebellious stage, and they're like pissed off because they're getting bullied or someone's saying something in school to them, and it's like, how are we gonna deal with it? Because people see it like we dress like guys, so obviously we want to be a guy, but like technically that's not true. I don't want to be a guy. I love who I am and I love myself as a woman, but I just want to be with a woman and I want to dress the way I want to dress
Because you're comfortable.
because
You
this
know-
is my comfort.
What something that stuck with me and when I was cutting Les's hair, and she was like, I want to grow I was thinking of growing my hair out because I didn't want the boys to confuse me. That's something that really stuck with me, which is why I'm growing my hair out, because I'm like, I don't want Cash to confuse me.
And
It's
see,
funny you
that's
say that though, because before my hair was short, like Les is now, and I would get sir all the time. But now that my hair's grown out and I keep it in a bun, like they associate it with a ponytail, so I get that less. I think that the options that are available for us through IVF are amazing. You know what I mean? And it's just growing and it's just getting better and better, and there are gonna be more options in the future for people that decide to go the IVF process. It's definitely not cheap, but I think for us it was worth it versus everything. That was the only way to go. You know what I mean?
What made you guys want to do it again?
Well, I have no desire to be pregnant. I don't think I would survive the process. Honestly, like, oh my God. I couldn't imagine me being pregnant at all. I have no desire to carry, but she does.
I do.
And she didn't want her biological kids, so it worked out perfect for us. We just got what we wanted.
I don't want a biological kid because there's just so many kids on my side of the family, and there's none on her side, and so we figure why not share that experience where I get to carry your kid.
That's cool.
We
too,
create a
right?
baby
that's like-
together.
yeah, we each have a role in it.
And
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
definitely.
In making the baby.
So that's why. Thank you.
She's sacrificing her body, girl.
I got a room.
I got a room.
No, I was saying like my grandparents are very religious, and I was raised by my grandparents, but I've never had an issue of being accepted into my family. Like my grandma's dope. You know, she accepts me for who I am. Like I've never had an issue being who I am in my family, and I think that mainly comes from me like being like one of the darkest in our family from when I was little, because my family is very fair skinned. So I think when my grandma learned to accept that and accept me for being different in that way, like she accepted everything else that came with me, and I've just never had an issue. I've never had an issue being gay.
so. What about Cash? How's that situation going?
It's not an issue.
It's not an issue.
That's her great grandson. That's my mom's grandson. Like I am blessed to have it very easy. I'm
Yeah.
blessed to have it the way that I have it.
Yeah. On my
I never knew how blessed I was until like me and my wife got married and had a baby ourselves.
My family, you know, they aren't accepting, and I haven't talked to them since November of 2017. And that's when I told my mom that, you know, if she didn't accept Akira, then she couldn't be part of our lives. And so it's just kind of been like that. And yeah,
She hasn't seen him.
yeah, they haven't met him. They haven't asked about him. You know, and it makes me sad because at the end of the day, I'm not worried about me. Like, I'm worried about him, you know. But at the end of the day, they are missing out on him. He's not missing out on anything, really. Yeah, he is a blessing. Right, I think that right now I feel like I'm very overprotective with him because he's so small, you know. And I feel like
She's
as
so
maybe he like gets older, I'm just gonna be like, you know what, just like let him fall, or like, you know, being around the boys.
You
and-
want him to play the violin and read books and be in a bubble.
Hey, right here.
He's too damn big for
I
that
already
shit.
told you he's gonna know the this dance on the piano. Okay? He's gonna do it. I already know.
What is that?
I'm gonna show him, baby.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you know, like, I mean, we have you guys. Like, you guys are already, like, the kids are
Guide.
gonna be, you know,
You
yeah.
guys are seriously.
Yeah, we've learned so
For
much
real.
from Betsy and Leslie for
For
sure,
real.
100%. Like
And
everything
that's,
they've
and
gone
that's what
through.
we hope to do with this show with other people. You know, I have a bunch of people that ask me how I went about the process, and you know, what did I do? You know, what
What
sperm pack I
process?
used.
What process?
Just like, you know, our process to get pregnant. Like, you know, did we do IUI? Did we do IVF? Did we do it at home? You know, people have all these questions, and unfortunately there aren't people out there to educate them. And I feel like with this show, like, we can actually do that. We can explain to them our process. You know, like, luckily we have, you know, you guys had twins. You guys, he's 5 months. We just had our baby. He's 2 months, and then they're going through the IVF process. I feel like we can all just kind of like form some kind of community, you know, for people like us.
Yeah, because I mean, we didn't know anything when we wanted to do that. And, like, the process. Where do you look? Do you look online? How do you know if this,
so overwhelmed.
a website is legit? How do you know if it's actually good sperm? How do you know that we're not just gonna get gypped?
Right.
And so luckily, Magali met Leslie and Betsy at work. Like,
It was the
legit
boys',
at work.
second month appointment, and she had said, "Oh, does twins run in your family?" I was like, "No, my wife and I went through fertility. We did IUI." And she's like, "What?
Yeah.
I have a girlfriend." My wife and I want to have a baby too.
It's like a secret club. Like, what? A girl? What? You have a wife? It's a secret club. She got home so excited.
Like, babe, the boys' doctor's medical assistant is a lesbian.
And she came home, babe, guess who I met today at work? She's like, there's a lesbian couple and they have twin boys. And I was like, okay.
I was like, oh, they're so cute. I was like, I can't wait to see them.
She's
And like everybody in
they're
the
supposed to
clinic
come
like,
again.
loves you guys. By the way,
Yeah.
they all like know the twins.
Oh, they know us.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy. I'm like,
That's because
"We
they
don't
were
come that
sick
often."
with everything and anything
Oh, yeah, the
when they
first
were
year.
little. So
But yeah, so like you guys were our platform to like, you know, Magali took the chance and asked you guys. And you
I was
guys
like,
are
"Here's
so
my
willing.
number, girl."
Yeah, she was so
Like, that's
sweet.
what we need in a community of lesbians. Like, we need somebody
Support each other.
the support of each other, because we wouldn't have known. How do I go about getting sperm? How do I know which one am I supposed to get? Like, what is clean sperm? What is dirty sperm? Like, what's that even mean? I'm a lesbian. I don't know about sperm.
And how do you clean it?
How do you clean it? What do you do?
So when I came out, my family, they like pushed me away, and it was horrible. It was tough. But I was 19, and like my mom didn't come around until I was 28, and she was like, you know what, you're my daughter. It is what it is. And you know, I'm like, okay, I accepted it. I was happy. But even now that we have the boys, they're still not involved. Like, we visit them maybe every 3-4 months, and it's just completely different. Like, growing up, I was the black sheep, and now they're the black sheep, and I fucking hate that. Like, sometimes I don't even want to take them, because even like when they're around their other grandkids at the same time, they don't pay attention to them, and it pisses me off more than than it hurting me. It just pisses me off because I don't want them to experience what I experienced with my parents.
Yeah.
So there's no connection. Unfortunately, sometimes my mom tries, but her priority is her other grandkids. Yeah, but luckily we got your mom and your dad. That's Grampy and Granny.
That's all they really know right now is their Grampy and their Grammy. And that's life for them. Without them, we wouldn't be able to raise the kids the way we're raising them. That's for sure.
How important is it to you all to have this group of support?
Oh, it's so important. It's everything. It's who we can lean back on. It's like us. We're barely getting started with the process in May.
Yeah.
You know, we get inseminated May 30th. You know, that's an experience in itself. Like, everybody went through that week of when you get inseminated. I have no idea what I'm gonna feel. I'm definitely gonna ask them how they dealt with it. You keep up.
Yeah, good.
So yeah,
I think it's important too because all our kids will grow up together. You know what I'm saying? They won't feel different. It's like normal.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I think that's one of the most important things for me.
Yeah.
Because then my kid will see that Cassie has 2 moms.
It's normal.
It's
normal.
you know,
Exactly.
Santina has 2 moms, Marcelo has 2 moms, so it's okay. Like, I'm not the only one.
Right.
Like, I might be the only one in school. I might be the only one at my daycare.
Yeah.
But I get to see, you know, my cousins, you know, Tino and Marcelo on the weekends, and they have 2 moms. Or, you know, we get to see Cassie on the weekends, and he has 2 moms.
Every couple that you see here has family problems, like family acceptance problems, you know? And it sucks because I feel like all the ones that have the issues are the ones that, I mean, of course, yeah, that carried,
Biological.
you know,
Yeah,
biological
That's
kids.
crazy. That's
And
crazy.
to me, it's mind-blowing because I'm like, you know, if anything, that should be Akira's family feeling the way that my family feels,
Right.
you know, and correction, it's not my family, it's just my parents that are not in his life. My family, they love him, they're accepting, we bring him around, you know, they ask for Akira, everything's fine. Everything that my mom should have done at the hospital, my aunt did, you know, and it sucks.
I'm not big on texting. I'm a horrible friend. Like, I'm really bad. I don't do small talk. But if you need something, I'll stop and be like, here, this.
That's what I was gonna say. I wish I had you guys because I didn't have anybody. Like, I think I told my brother and he's like, you're fucking tripping. And I was like,
I think I was a good pregnant woman. I felt sexy. I was like, let me flop this belly.
but I just wish I had this.
was
Like,
huge,
I
I'm not gonna
take
lie.
advantage of it, and yeah, because it's dope. It's dope to have this like